Dear students, in the previous lectures, we have studied one variety of natural product, that is the terpenoids. Here we are proceeding further to study another variety of natural product, that is the alkaloids. Alkaloids, named alkali-like compounds of plant origin by scientist Messner. And since then, the definition of alkaloid is revised many times to make it more precise and correct. Today, alkaloids are defined as the physiologically active basic nitrogen containing heterocyclic compounds of plant origin that are mostly optically active. However, even this definition is not satisfactory. Why? See, number of compounds which do not contain nitrogen as a part of heterocycle are considered as alkaloids. For example, compound ephedrine. Second reason, many compounds which are nitrogen heterocycles and physiologically active are not considered as alkaloids. Example, caffeine. Compound piperine is neither basic nor physiologically active but alkaloid. Some alkaloids are synthesized while some are of animal origin. Introduction. These are basic nitrogenous compound of plant matter, usually having a marked physiological action. Of course, many of them possess curative properties and therefore of great value in the medicine. Over 2500 different alkaloids are known so far, distributed in 10 to 15% of vascular plants. As they are toxic in nature, they may act as defensive agents against the herbivorous animals and insects, and they may be considered as excretory products of some detoxification processes. Now occurrence, alkaloids, as they are basic, they form salts of acids. The common acids with these the alkaloids are combined. They are acetic, oxalic, citric, malic, lactic, tartaric, or special acids like tannic, aconitic, quinic, niconic acids. Only those alkaloids which are slightly basic occur in free form. They also occur as glycosides, amides and ester. They are distributed in leaves, seeds, buds, root, apex of the plant matter, but their exact role is still unknown, and they are rarely found in the plants like algae, fungi. Now, as they are present in the plant matter, they should be isolated, and therefore isolation of alkaloids. The isolation of specific alkaloid is a tedious process because alkaloid contained in a source is poor and always contain a mixture of several alkaloids. Simple salts of many alkaloids are water soluble but much less soluble in organic solvents, whereas the reverse is true for free bases, and this principle is made use in the isolation of alkaloids. Why they should be separated? Because many alkaloids are used as important drugs. For example, the drug quinine, which is used to cure the disease malaria, therefore it is a anti-malarial. The drug cocaine, used as a local anesthetic. The drug atropine, which is used in the treatment of eye, which dilated the pupil of the eye. The alkaloid nicotine used as an insecticide, while alkaloid morphine used as a pain reliever. But sadly, some of they are habit formers. Illegal consumption of drug pose a serious senior economics problem world over. Now, general procedure adopted for alkaloid isolation. First, the presence of alkaloid in the source is confirmed by using alkaloid reagents. Then the source is perfectly dried and finely powdered. When the powder is agitated with a dilute acid, the soluble salts are extracted into the aqueous layer. Pigments and other unwanted materials are removed by shaking with chloroform or other suitable solvent. The aqueous fraction, when treated with alkali, it is basified. The free alkaloids are released. They are recovered by filtration or by solvent extraction method. The crude mixture of alkaloid thus obtained is usually purified by fractional crystallization of salts such as sulfates, oxalates, tartarates, picrates. Highly pure samples in small quantities are obtained by chromatography or counter current distribution method. Thus, the alkaloids are isolated by this general procedure. Now, nomenclature of alkaloid. The alkaloid structures, they are structurally very diverse and do not have common functional groups. So, systematic nomenclature system is not suitable and it is not evolved. The tribal names derive on the source. Pharmacological action or inventor are still popularly used. These names are used, that is source or inventor or action. Now classification. Alkaloids are classified in many ways, but the more useful classification based on the nature of heterocyclic ring present in the compound. Even this classification is insufficient as some alkaloids contain two or more heterocycles, while others do not contain any heterocyclic ring. This is the nomenclature classification. Class name of alkaloid. When reduced to pyrrole, that is the pyrrolidine ring is present, the class is called as a pyrrolidine. Example, the compound hygrine. When pyridine is present, the class name is pyridine. Example, piperine, coke. Then, when this pyridine-pyrrolidine system is present, this is a isolated, it is not condensed, and therefore the pyridine-pyrrolidine system, the example is nicotine. While when condensed ring system of benzene and pyrrolidine is there, the class is known as a indole. When benzene is fused with the pyridine ring, then it is the quinoline type. And when isoquinoline type of parent ring is there, then the class is isoquinoline. Now, general properties of alkaloids. The state, most are crystalline solids which cannot be distilled. Only few of them are liquids and can volatilize without decomposition. For example, nicotine. The physiological action, most of them are bitter in taste and often exert a marked physiological action. Of course, their solubility almost are either insoluble or sparingly soluble in water. Liquid alkaloids, uh, choline and nicotine are expansion, being readily soluble in water and appreciably volatile in steam. Okay. Alkaloids are generally less soluble in chloroform, ether, and benzene, but readily soluble in solvent alcohol. Optical activity, most are optically active and usually lever rotatory. Basic nature, in number of cases, the solution gives strong alkaline reaction. All of them form salts with acids because bases with acids form salt. Among these salts, chloride, sulfates, and oxalate crystallize well. Their chlorides give double salts with chlorides of gold, platinum, and mercury. Now, general methods of structure determination of alkaloids. How the structure of alkaloid is determined. The first step is determination of molecular formula. The alkaloid in question, that is in study, is obtained in the purest form. Its empirical formula is determined by qualitative and quantitative analysis. This is the method. And this is followed by molecular weight. And then finally, molecular formula is determined. The second step is unsaturation determination, that is the presence of double bond in an alkaloid. It is detected by its reaction with bromine, halogen acid, or hydrogen. These reactions are familiar to you. Now, by carrying out quantitative reaction, the degree of unsaturation can be determined. The third step is functional group analysis. Here, both classical methods of organic analysis and modern spectroscopy methods like NMR, mass, IR spectroscopy are used. Then, functional nature of oxygen atom. Okay. When alkaloid contains oxygen, it may be present in the different forms, that is functional forms, and each of these forms can be detected. Oxygen in the form of hydroxy group. The presence of hydroxy group in an alkaloid is indicated if alkaloid undergoes acetylation, benzylation in presence of alkali sodium hydroxide, that is monoacetyl derivative, monobenzyl, when there is a one hydroxy group is present, that is these reactions clearly indicate the presence of hydroxy group. Okay. Here the reactions are given. First is acetylation with acetic anhydride in presence of alkali NaOH or OH, that is the alkaloid containing hydroxy group on treatment with acetic anhydride. This is the reaction. Alkaloid, acetic anhydride, acetylation in presence of alkali, monoacetyl derivative is formed. While the second reaction with acetyl chloride, acetylation, while benzyl chloride, benzylation, and these reaction clearly indicates that presence of hydroxy group in alkaloids. The spectrometers IR absorption band around 3 micro corresponds to OH group. Then the number of OH groups is determined by estimating an alkaloid, the quantity of alkaloid needed to hydrolyze a known weight of acetyl derivative of alkaloid. Here the acetyl derivative is prepared and it is treated with alkali. The reaction hydrolysis is carried out and thus the number of hydroxy group is determined. What is the relation? 1 mole of OH group consumes 1 mole of NaOH, and from this the number of hydroxy groups can be determined. Then experiment of active hydrogen method. Here alkaloid is heated with methyl magnesium iodide in dry ether. This is a methyl magnesium iodide. In presence of dry ether, delta indicates heat. The quantity of methane gas is evolved and which is estimated, and from which the number of hydrogen groups is calculated. It is here. The reaction of alkaloid containing hydroxy group, reaction with methyl magnesium iodide. Okay, the methane molecule is evolved. What is the relation? The relation is 1 mole of hydroxy group is correspond to 1 mole of methane. Now after that, another variety of hydroxy group is there, that is a phenolic. Whether the phenolic or alcoholic nature of OH group of an alkaloid can be distinguished as under. Now phenolic OH group. An alkaloid having phenolic hydroxy group is soluble in alkali NaOH, you are knowing. That is, phenols are soluble in alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, and it is reprecipitated by concentrated hydrochloric acid. And phenols gives coloration with neutral perichloride solution, while alcohols does not give this reaction. Therefore, phenolic hydroxy group and alcoholic hydroxy group can be distinguished. Okay. Alcoholic. And now in alcoholic hydroxy group, whether it is a primary, secondary or tertiary is detected. Okay. And primary alcoholic hydroxy group on oxidation gives first aldehyde. On oxidation, this is alcoholic group on oxidation gives aldehyde, which on further oxidation gives acid. This is the characteristic reaction of primary alcohol. And what is the case? With the same number of carbon atom, carbon 1, 1, 1. In case of secondary alcohol, on oxidation first gives ketone, and on further oxidation gives acids, while primary alcohol first gives aldehyde and then gives acid. And if the secondary alcoholic group is attached to the ring carbon atom, the oxidation produces open chain dicarboxylic acid containing same number of carbon atoms. The reaction is shown. This is the hydroxy group, secondary hydroxy group attached to the carbon ring. On oxidation gives ketone, and further oxidation gives open chain dicarboxylic acid. In case of tertiary alcohol, it gives first ketone and then acid, but both having less number of carbon atoms. That is, carbon atoms are lost. Now, the presence of oxygen as a alkoxy group. The alkoxy group present are methoxy group, ethoxy group. Okay. They are detected and estimated by Gisel's method of methoxy group estimation. Here, a known weight of alkaloid is heated with concentrated HI, that is hydroiodic acid, at 399 Kelvin. Here, the alkoxy group is decomposed to release alkyl iodide, that is methyl iodide is here obtained, which is estimated by treatment with ethanolic silver nitrate solution. The reaction, the alkaloid containing methoxy group treatment with hydroiodic acid HI at 390, formation of methyl iodide. This methyl iodide on treatment with ethanolic solution of silver nitrate, the silver iodide precipitate is obtained, And from that weight of the silver precipitate, the methoxy group can be estimated. The relation is 1 mole of methoxy group is equivalent to 1 mole of silver iodide. Then carbon, that is a carbonyl group, that is oxygen, is in the form of carbonyl group. Carbonyl group, it is detected and estimated by the reaction with hydroxylamines, phenylhydrazine and 2,4-DNP. You have carried out this reaction in derivative, that is a derivative of carbonyl compounds. Yes, when carbonyl function is treated with hydroxylamine, oxime derivative is formed. The relation is carbonyl group 1 mole of aldehyde or ketone, which is equivalent to 1 mole of hydroxylamine. This is the relation. Whether the carbonyl function is aldehyde or ketonic, it is further determined by the reaction. The aldehyde functional group gives a primary alcohol while on reduction, while secondary gives, that is ketone gives secondary alcohol. This is the difference between aldehyde carbonyl group or it is a ketone. Then oxygen as ester group. Ester and other related groups present in an alkaloid can be detected and estimated by hydrolyzing an alkaloid with dilute acid or alkali. Here the ester group present in an alkaloid hydrolysis, as ester gives acid and alcohols. This is the reaction. In other related, there is amide. On hydrolysis gives the salt of acid and ammonia. Okay. If the presence of lactone ring, which on hydrolysis gives hydroxy acid, the presence of lactam ring, amino acids are obtained. Okay. Then oxygen is present as methylene dioxyl group. The alkaloid containing methylene dioxyl group, when heated with concentrated acid under pressure, produces formaldehyde, and it is estimated by oxidizing to formic acid. Here alkaloid containing methylene dioxyl group, treatment with concentrated acid. Here the formaldehyde is the product which is on oxidation gives formic acid. Okay. What is the relation? 1 mole of methyl dioxyl group is equivalent to 1 mole of formic acid. Then oxygen as a carboxyl group. Of course, it is a acid group. On treatment with alkali, salt and water is obtained. Okay. And it is soluble or dissolved in carbonates or bicarbonates with effervescence of carbon dioxide. Okay, the presence of carboxylic group can be detected, and it is converted into ester easily. This is also detection, and the number of carboxylic group can be quantitatively estimated by titration with standard alkali. You have done this practical. While another method is silver salt method. The silver salt of acid is formed. Okay. The relation is 1 mole of carboxylic group is equivalent to 1 mole of alkali NaOH. With this, I conclude my lecture. Thank you.